I often get asked why me and John don't always travel together, but I love the solo van life. We spend our main holidays together, and that's what's important. And here you can see he has some very important duties. Searching out the right pitch. Just don't tell him. I'll probably have already worked it out myself. The first thing that puts most people off Honfleur is the parking in the aire. There's no denying it, it's tight. But it's the location for us which we love. And we know this evening is going to be all about hitting that town. So what is it about Honfleur that everybody loves? Well, spend the next 24 hours with me and I'll tell you. That's like Marmite. Some people love it, some people hate it. For us, it's perfect. Wee Johnny's off there taking his photos like he likes to do. For us tonight, we've had a long drive today. We've done a big journey back from the west coast. So it's beer o'clock. There's the long ship that we saw. It's not actually the same one we saw last time, but these must be really, really popular along here.
Might be similar to the one that we saw in Weasel.
It could be the same as the one we saw in Weasel. There are also 2 camping sites, both axi, so if you're here out of season, one of them is €17, one of them €19. Both got pools. One is indoor though. With the weather we've got right now, it's currently about 25 degrees. We're in mid-June. An indoor pool's not what you want. Do you think it's because it's like a French Whitby? It's got a Whitby feel to me.
I'm not sure. It's always been rated one of the most popular ones, with everybody fighting for spaces.
The airs love or hate. Some people hate it. They'll be watching this going, John, nah mate, nah. Get yourself to a campsite. That's a car park. But it is one of the most visited towns, isn't it, in France?
Yeah.
Honfleur. You can see why. It's got a proper seaside feel, but it's also got like history and yeah. It's all of France, isn't it? Like enveloped into one town. Yeah. It feels really French.
It seems to be like lots of different nationalities visiting as well.
Yeah. We've just walked past Spain, Belgium, Netherlands, UK, France, majority France. But I think it's probably the most diverse place we've been to in terms of camper vans. And that certainly wasn't here last time. Comedy John again. Where'd you come from? Where did you go? Where'd you come from? Double I Joe. And I've only had half a glass of wine. And the people watching. I love how just you can sit in a restaurant or you can sit in a bar and sit and watch the world pass by. Anyway, it's another wine time. Top tip for Honfleur. If a bar's empty, there's a reason for it. We've just paid €2 more a glass in the bar compared to the bar next door. How does that make you feel as a Scottish man, John?
And we've got 3 snacks at the bar next door.
And John wants to know where his snacks are. How was your beer? Your grand beer?
Oh, it was really, really warm by then.
Yeah. Order a small beer because they go very warm very quickly. And don't worry, if like us you like a game of pool, Perroquet Vert in Honfleur has a billiard anglais. Who's going to win? So just a quick update about Honfleur Aire. The only thing that's changed, and this has changed over the last 6 months, is the gates now are in operation. So you do get a ticket when you drive in, but the thing is, you need to pay for that ticket before you leave, because now what's happening is we've got people queuing up at the gate. I can't get out. I've already paid for my ticket because those people haven't paid for their ticket and they're stood parked at the gate. As you can see, we are fourth in the queue for that person who forgot to buy their ticket before they left. Whoops! So after a little bit of a delay at the Pont de Normandie, we were heading on to our next stay. Now I'd read about this aire and the reviews that it was getting because of a diversion that had been put in place because of a landslide. I wasn't quite sure, but believe me, as hairy as the diversion was, this was one aire that is going on my tick list to come back to.
Pantoufle. Hey.
No, you're not going crazy. Just somebody walking a cat. Actually, they're an absolutely lovely German couple that I've just gone and had a chat with. And the cat is called the German equivalent, I want to say Poufle, but Fluffy is the cat's name. Cat versus seagull. Oh, seagull wins. Good evening.
Good evening.
From
St Valery, Caux.
St Valery on Caux.
On Caux.
We didn't work out what on Caux means. We need to work out what on Caux means. We've had a lovely afternoon, sat chatting to our neighbours in the sunshine. Neighbours are from Abergavenny. Abergavenny, quite a lot of Brits on this aire at St Valery on Caux. Yes, it's a very, very tight aire.
The drive-in's quite tight as well.
The drive-in, there is a diversion going on at the minute, and it's worth it. €9, amazing views out, and Yeah, I mean, there's not much more to say. It is a proper little seaside town. And what would you say, 2 hours from here to Calais?
Yeah, 2 hours from here to Calais. 40 pitches.
Yes, pay at the machine, no electric, but services.
But get there early.
Get there early. It's definitely a popular one. Like something out of the Witches. Oh look, and there's even like a little cat crawling up the side of the, like a porcelain cat climbing up the side. And then look at all the porcelain tiles above the windows. So what you probably can't see on video is the cracks in the wall over there. Apparently they've had a sinkhole, which is now why it is so tight to get the motorhome in and out, because basically the only thing that comes down this road is motorhomes for the air. Just as we say that, a caravan comes down the street. Wow, that must have been a tight drag. And I don't think they're allowed to stop on the motorhome air. Bit of a climb from your boat. So it's evident there's some work on the road being done by the surveyors, but you do come down from this way and you do go out that way. It is one way. So but there's a sinkhole in the road. That means that this road has been closed. This is a cute little alternative, I think, to Honfleur. If you think that Honfleur might be too busy for you. Couple of little restaurants over there. And something we always love to rate a town on is the opportunity to get a kebab. Boo. Box ticked. This is bouncing on a Saturday night. There's loads of bars. St Valery on Caux. Not so quiet. It even has fortifications in the cliffs. And for any bikers out there, this is the options you have in this area alone. And it tells you the distance, the difficulty. Is there a website? There we go. And the website to find these routes is there. That is where we are right now. So if you're getting the ferry to Dieppe, you're literally next door.
The last time I had rolls in the freeze. The last time the video you took of me I was smashed.
And this time he is again. And when we went out, the tide was out. On our way back, after a fantastic evening, the tide was in. I think it's fair to say St Valery might be sleepy. We've had a cracking evening. We ended up having multi frites, fish and chips, a couple of glasses of wine, a couple of large beers for less than €50. Bargain.
Very.
And if you're only just joining me on my journey now, you're joining me towards the end. This map shows you where I've already been. So to make sure you don't miss out on anything, hit that subscribe button for inspiration on other places to visit.
So who's driving, John? Are we ready? Are we ready?
Monte.
It's just a lift. Boom.
Voila.
Et voilà. Et pizza numero 2. Oh, right, okay.